But most of all, the most important relationship that you're going to be working on is with yourself. That's what you're going to be working on first and foremost. You can't work on any other relationship with anybody else until you work on yourself. And what do I always say? That work is going to be shadow work, inner work, going in there, getting down to what the root cause of whatever issue it is that you're having. Peace, I'm Coach Kimberly, and I'm here to help you to rediscover your personal power and guide you on your journey to heal mind, body, and spirit. It's time to take your life back. Hey everybody, welcome back to Natural Intentions Community. If you're new here, I'm Kimberly Wright. I'm a certified holistic health coach, meditation teacher, and spiritual guide. So excited to be back. I've been gone for a while, just being busy with life and my family. But I am back and I have some amazing topics for you guys. Today we're going to start with holistic healing. So I wanted to go over what holistic healing is, how I use holistic healing to heal myself, and how I help others heal through my coaching programs, my workshops, and what I do here on YouTube and Instagram, how I help them to heal with holistic healing. I just thought it was important for us to get a clear definition of what holistic healing is and how it can help you in your life. Now, you know, if you're new here, you might not know, but if you're a regular here, or if you've been to my workshops or anything like that, you know I'm a teacher. I like to teach, so that's what we'll be doing on here. That is my soul mission. That is what I'm here for. So this is like a classroom. Go get your pen, get your paper. If you like to take some notes, I would suggest you do, because if you're on this channel and you're watching this, that means you're serious about your healing, your health, your spirituality. So you want to make sure you take notes, because this might be something that you could use in your life if you don't already know about it. Okay? Because we're always learning. We can always learn something new, even when we know a lot. I'm a certified holistic health coach. I study all the time. I take classes and workshops, and I'm always trying to stay up on what's new and what's coming out there and just what I haven't already learned. So we're always students. I am a student. So it's awesome when you can come in and actually take some notes, because then you can always go back and say, oh, okay, that resonates with me. Maybe this doesn't resonate with me. And you take with you what resonates with you and what works for you in your lifestyle. Okay? So let's talk a little bit about holistic healing, what it means. I'll tell you guys a little bit about how I used holistic healing in my life, and with the condition that I had that I don't have anymore. And just how I used it to really heal myself and to be a better person and to show up as my best self. So let's just do a definition, because I want to have a clear definition of holistic healing. And we're going to start with the definition of holistic. So if you're not really sure what holistic means, I'm going to give you this definition. If you want to write this down, you can. The definition of holistic healing is, it's characterized by the belief that the parts of something are interconnected and can be explained only by reference to the whole. Okay? So characterized by the belief that parts of something are interconnected, meaning they're all connected. Whatever those parts are, they're all connected, and can be explained only by reference to the whole. Okay, so all those parts make up the whole. The solution demands, and they're just giving you an example of how holistic is used. The solution demands a holistic approach and a strategic vision of what can be achieved. Okay, so just have that in mind while I'm going through this. That's what holistic means. Now we're going to go over the definition of holistic healing, because that's something totally different. Okay, so this is the definition. Holistic healing bypasses the band-aid fix approach of conventional medicine. It looks beyond a person's physical state and sees the holistic view of their state of being or functioning. Okay? It acknowledges that the root cause of a physical illness may in fact be non-physical. Very important right there. It acknowledges that the root cause, keyword root, one of the keywords, the root cause of a physical illness, another keyword, may in fact be, another keyword, non-physical. Okay? So there could be something that's going on. Holistic healing acknowledges the whole being. So your whole self. And when I say the whole being, mind, body, spirit. So your personal life, your career, your likes, your dislikes, your hobbies, how you spend time taking care of yourself, your spiritual life. So all those things, your friendships, your relationships, all those things as a whole is what holistic healing is. And going through all those things when you're going through the process of healing and making sure that you find some balance in those areas, okay? So that you can start really feeling better. So for example, I'll just use myself. When I was sick and I had sarcoidosis, which is an autoimmune system condition, I was experiencing so many symptoms. I was very sick. But I not only was physically sick, I didn't know it at the time. I just thought it was a physical illness because I had no clue of what holistic healing was. I had no clue of spirituality or any of that metaphysics or anything like that. So I was just thinking I'm physically ill. It must be something, that I'm not doing as far as what I'm eating or exercise. I never thought anything about, my thoughts or my trauma or the way that my lifestyle was affecting my health. Okay, so that's really important. Think about that. If there's anything going on in your life right now, if you're sick, if you're dealing with any type of an illness, if you're dealing with depression, anxiety, any type of mental condition, if you're dealing spiritually, if you're really feeling, torn between being in a religion or not being in a religion, or is this the right place for me to go, or is that the right place for me to go as far as my spirituality is concerned? Think about that. If you're dealing with any of those things, you are dealing with what you're dealing with is more than just that. So it's more than just your spirituality. It's more than just your physical ailment. It's more than just your mental health. It could be all of those things together, and you need balance in all those areas. Okay? Super interesting. So I didn't know any of this at the time. And I love how they, in the definition of holistic healing, they also put that it bypasses the Band-Aid fix approach of conventional medicine. So it's beyond just taking a prescription. And that's what I was doing when I first found out I had the sarcoidosis, because I didn't know any better. And of course, a lot of us don't. And sometimes you do need the medicine and you need the holistic healing, depending on what you're dealing with. Okay. So I'm not telling anyone not to take their medicine. But for me, I didn't know that there was actually natural healing or holistic healing. I didn't know that there was different approaches at that time. So I was just taking my prescription medicine, and that had a lot of side effects. Okay. So we don't have to just do the Band-Aid. We don't have to take the Band-Aid approach to whatever's going on to us and take medication for it, and that be the only thing that we do. We are living in a whole new age, a whole new world now. There's so much, we are living in the time of information. There's no reason why now we can't just get on the computer, Google it, YouTube it, or whatever we need to do to find out what else could we be doing to help ourselves heal. And this goes with anything. This goes with if you're just getting, you can buy a piece of equipment or something and not know how to use it. Guess what? Google it. Guess what? Go on YouTube. You're going to be able to find out. Same thing. Now you're going to discern between what works for you and what doesn't when you're going on YouTube and you're trying to find out something maybe about your spirituality or your health. You're going to go through it and make sure that it's something that works for you or that it's the truth, and you got to do your own research. But there's so much information out here that we can get now quickly. So we don't have to wait to go to our doctor or wait to get this information from a therapist. We could go in there and do our own homework. So when we do go into our doctor or we do go into our therapist, we are going in there with some knowledge. Okay. Knowledge is key. And it's key when we're actually using the knowledge. Okay, so we can have a bunch of knowledge, a bunch of book knowledge, a bunch of YouTube knowledge, or whatever knowledge it is, but it's not going to help us at all if we're not using it. So when you go into your doctor, you've done your own research, you know what's going on with you. You're not just going in there not knowing or just really being ignorant to what might be going on with you. Okay, so that's super important when it comes to holistic healing. So next thing would be, what are some ways that the root cause of a physical illness might be non-physical? Okay, so we talked about that a little bit. I just explained that a little bit. So some of the root causes of a physical illness that might be non-physical would be mental health issues. So that might be how you think, how you grew up, you might be dealing with maybe some issues like depression, anxiety. You might be bipolar or schizophrenic. So mental health issues, that are not physical, but could be affecting you physically also. So this could be affecting your physical body because you're going through these different things mentally. Okay. Another thing could be your mindset. How did you grow up? How are you thinking? What's your mindset? Do you feel that you're worthy? Do you feel that you are you a positive person? Do you have a good outlook on life? Are you walking around feeling really negative and in low vibrations most of the time? What's your mindset? Are you ready to, get to the next challenge? Do you like to be challenged? Are you afraid of challenges? Are you afraid to speak up? What's your mindset? How did you grow up? Who influenced your mindset? So that's really something to think about. I'm sorry, I don't want to be going too fast. So write that down. What are some ways that the root cause of a physical illness might be non-physical? The first one was mental health issues. The second one we're on now is mindset. And the third one is going to be habits. What are your habits? Or do you have bad habits? Well, we all do. We have something that we're all working on. But do you have bad habits that affect you physically? Do you smoke? Do you drink? Do you do drugs? Do you have a bad habit of gossiping? Do you have a bad habit of talking behind people's back? Do you have a bad habit of being negative? What's your habits? Do you overeat? All those, your habits can definitely affect you physically. Okay? So we want to look at what our habits are. And then thought patterns. How are we thinking every day? Are we constantly stuck in the past? Are we reliving the traumatic things that have happened to us over and over and over again? We think more than, I think it is 60,000 thoughts a day. And I think 90% of those thoughts are from the past. So are we constantly reliving the things that have happened in our life that we're either still mad about? We have resentment. We're holding on to it because we haven't forgiven ourselves. We're mad at ourselves. So are we sad? We're reliving something that happened to us that made us really sad. Are we reliving that every day? What's your thought pattern? Are you upbeat? Are your thought patterns on, I'm going to be consciously present in the here and now. I am consciously aware of being in this moment. Is that your thought pattern? Are you conscious of what you're doing at that moment, how you're showing up? Are you enjoying life? Are you being in the moment? So that's really important. Thought patterns. I know that was a big part of why I got sick, is because my thoughts were constantly in the past and in the future. I was always constantly thinking about what could happen and what had already happened, reliving things that I wanted to change that couldn't be changed because they already happened. It's over with. It's time for me to let it go. Deal with whatever that feeling is, deal with that memory or that trauma. And, this can be done through therapy, through a coach. You're definitely going to do a lot of this with yourself because it's a lot of self-work, a lot of inner work that I'm always talking about. But once you do that work within yourself, you'll be able to let some of those things go that have happened to you in the past so that you can move on and you can really start living. Because if we're holding on to things that have happened to us, to things that we regret, to things that we wish we could have done differently or that we want to change, if we're holding on to that and we're not letting it go and we're not really experiencing the emotions of it and we're just kind of suppressing those feelings, eventually that's going to show up as a disease in the body, an illness, a sickness. It's going to affect us. So we don't want that to happen. So that's what holistic healing is all about, is being able to let go of the trauma, being able to have a better mindset, to heal your mindset, to change your mindset, to change your habits, to make sure that you're working on your mental health issues, whatever they might be. It's super important that work on your family relationships, work on your partner, your significant other relationship. But most of all, the most important relationship that you're going to be working on is with yourself. That's what you're going to be working on first and foremost. You can't work on any other relationship with anybody else until you work on yourself. And what do I always say? That work is going to be shadow work, inner work, going in there, getting down to what the root cause of whatever issue it is that you're having. Why are you not showing up as your best self? Why are you depressed? Why can't you get past those feelings of I'm not worthy, or I'm not good enough, or I want to do this project, or I want to start this business, or I want to be better in my relationship, but I don't know why I don't get started on it. I don't know why I'm procrastinating. I don't know why I'm self-sabotaging. So you got to get to the root cause of that. And the only way to get to that is to do the inner work with yourself. Okay, so this is what this channel is all about. I'm going to be teaching you how to do that. I'm going to help you go through those different processes and learn different ways to do that with tools that you can actually use in your everyday life. Okay, and one of my best tools that I love is meditation, because meditation is going to help you get to where you need to go. It's going to give you the time to really reflect on who you are, how you're living your life. And it's going to give you that spiritual connection with yourself, your higher self. Okay. And it's also, before you even get to do that, if you've never meditated, if you don't really know a lot about meditation, and even if you do, you might be not actually get any benefits out of it. How I'm going to teach you how to do it is going to help you to slow down, to stop, because that was one of my main issues, is I was doing too much. It's going to help you to slow down. It's going to help you to stop, think. Okay, just stop for a minute, think. And that's okay if you got all these thoughts and you're thinking during your meditation. We're not trying to cut off any thoughts. We're not trying to cut off the thinking. Okay, so what it's going to help you to do is to calm down so you can start thinking clearly, so you can get the messages that you need to get from your higher self, your spirit team. Okay, your guardian angels, the people that are the spirits and the different things that are here to help you. So it's going to help you to get to that. And I'm going to talk about all that. What's your spirit team? What's your guardian angel? What is all that about, Kimberly? I'll explain all that. Okay, that'll be a different video. But for today, we're just talking about the definition of holistic healing and how it can benefit you in your life. So why I specialize in mind, body, spirit healing in my coaching and community. Well, one of the main things is I want people to recognize that thoughts are things, and that the way we think is affecting us, is having an effect on our body, our physical body. So how we're thinking is causing anxiety, is causing depression. It's so important. It's causing dis-ease in the body. Okay, it's causing us to self-sabotage, to procrastinate. How are you thinking? Okay. Another reason I like to work with mind, body, spirit healing and holistic healing is we are what we eat, and body movement is a must. So I'm always teaching also a big part of holistic healing, working on the mind, body, spirit, is what you're eating, what you're putting into your body also has an effect on your body. Everything we eat goes into our gut. And if your gut is messed up, if you have anything going on with your microbiome, that affects your brain. So that affects how you're thinking. If you're eating a bunch of processed foods, if you're eating a bunch of foods that are making you sluggish, that are making you have brain fog, that are causing you to, not have energy, all that stuff affects your brain, affects your movement, it affects your energy levels. So it's super important. And that doesn't mean that you have to be vegan or that you have to be fully plant-based. It just means make sure you're getting nutritional food that's feeding the body minerals, vitamins, nutrients, water. We need all of those things in order for us to operate as a human. Okay, we're spiritual beings having this human experience. We want to make sure that we're operating at our highest level and eating the right things, drinking the right things, and detoxing the body is going to be a big part of it. And body movement. I have a hard time with that. I'm getting back on my journey though. of making sure that we're moving the body. And this doesn't mean you have to be a bodybuilder. This doesn't mean you got to be a gym rat and you got to be in the gym every day, but you need to move your body 15 minutes a day, jump rope, walk, jog, do some aerobics, do some yoga, some stretching, but just making sure that we're moving the body. We want to, as we get older, we still want to be able to move around. We still want to be able to be functional without us having to have help when we were 80. 80-year-olds out here that are exercising, moving around, looking good, full of life. So all those things really help. And then spiritual understanding is our key to freedom. So that's the last one of why I specialize in mind, body, spirit healing. Is spiritual healing is key to our freedom. So really working on who we are, because that's who we are at our core. Besides this human body, this is just a form. This is just a blink of time that we're here on this earth in this human form. Our spirit lives on forever. So really getting in tune and in touch with who you are spiritually, who you are, getting in tune and interconnected with your higher self, the God within. We are co-creators of our life, and really being able to understand that is really important. So guys, I hope you got something from this video. I'm going to be going in deeper, diving in deeper into each one of these different subjects: mindset, habits, thought patterns, spirituality on this channel. So stay tuned in. I just wanted to break down what holistic healing is, what the meaning is, how it changed my life, because it definitely changed me and it helped me to heal as a whole. For me, it was just physical first. And I was like, I'm still messed up. I still got some stuff going on and I really don't even know what it is. And then when I really started diving deep and learning more about my spiritual healing, metaphysics, really going into my mindset, mental health, and all those different things, then I was able, and I'm not completely healed. This is a life journey. We all will be on a life journey of healing, but I am in a totally different place in my life and it feels so good. So that's what I'm here to help other people do, is to find their best self, is to find out, how can I stop suffering every day? How can I be on this earth and live in happiness and peace and joy? Because it's possible. We don't have to be here and be miserable or be suffering. We don't have to be victims anymore. There's way too much information out here for us to live a different lifestyle and for us to heal. So I'm so glad you guys joined me today. I will definitely be back. I'll be doing some lives soon. Please join me. If this video resonated with you, please like it so it can get out to more people. Please share it with your friends because it might help them. And I promise I will see you guys soon. So everybody be safe. Work on yourself. Continue to do that inner work because it's important. And don't forget to love yourself, the most important thing, so you can love others. Peace and blessings.